I accidentally did not film the part where the pie filling went into the crust and the topping went on top of the pie. So if you don't want to watch this video, I completely understand, but if you do, come with me and learn how to make an amazing blueberry pie, something I haven't done a lot of. I bought the blueberries from the farmer's market and I took very nice care of going through them and removing any stems or mushy ones. And this recipe stood out to me from the 5 books that I went through, all of which are wonderful, but the Midwest book I picked because the method is to cook half the blueberries and leave the other half raw. I really liked that concept of keeping the flavor of the fresh and the solid shape of the fresh with the flavorful, condensed, reduced flavor of the cooked blueberry. As always, I map out the recipe and make sure that I'm headed in the right direction, and my pie crust went from freezer to cooler to countertop. After the blueberries dried at air temp, I never refrigerated them. I divided them in half by weight. I refreshed the pie shell in the oven for 5 minutes at 350, and then I'm mixing the cornstarch with the vanilla sucrose. This helps keep lumps from forming and will be used on the fresh berries. This skillet is a little too big for this amount of blueberry, but it's the only one I had that works on induction. And you're going to do a medium-high heat, reducing the liquid and cooking down the fibers in the blueberry. This is going to concentrate its flavor and make a nice complement to the fresh berries that will be mixed together in the pie filling. You want to toggle between moving the liquid around and not doing it too much. So you want to let the heat build, but you also don't want it to get scorched or stick to the pan. The cooked filling goes in its own bowl so that it can cool 100% because you never want to put warm filling in a pie crust. I make a quick egg wash and very carefully egg wash the edges of the pie, and then I finish with the inside. And you're going to have to look sideways and close up to make sure you get every part of the crust. There is the vanilla sucrose with the cornstarch, which I mixed up a little bit more. With a whisk, I added the butter, the lemon juice, and the zest. And you don't want to zest hard. You don't want the pith. It's bitter, and you want to keep the flavor fresh and bright. I wish you could have seen, but you don't want to pour the berries into the pie shell. You want to spoon them in there and top them with the right amount of crumble. That oven was way too hot at 425 for 15 minutes. So I would preheat to 425, turn the temp down to 275, and pull it when it's very bubbly. You need to activate the cornstarch so that it thickens up. And I let it cool overnight, and that's why I got such a lovely cut of pie. You can see the color in the Maillard reaction of the dark, dark crust all the way through it's toasted. So the flavor's out of sight. You have coconut streusel with the freshest berries of the summer and the richest crust that I've ever made.